Good afternoon. Let us talk about the nemesis that is quality sleep in your perimenopause and menopause, not many pause, years. Okay, what on earth happens? When you are a child, it is like torture to be told that you have to go to bed early. And as you get older, you cannot wait to go to bed early. Like, please let there be nothing on tonight. Let me have no washing up, none of the things, so I can go straight to bed. Then you get there and you can't fall asleep, or maybe you crash out and then you wake up at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and you spend the rest of the night or the rest of the morning staring at the wall, struggling to go back to sleep. And it is just not only so frustrating, but we know it is negative, negative, negative for our health. So what can we do? We need to have a look at what our hormones are doing. I highly recommend that you have a Dutch hormone test. It is an incredible test to understand what is happening inside your body. Please do not ask your GP for this. You must go to someone who has studied how to interpret the information and give you ways to heal with the information that you have, or understand or interpret the information. Someone who preferably has done their, in fact, not preferably, someone who has done their specific practitioner program. Then we need to have a look at what your blood sugar levels are doing. So many of us are trying to be healthy. This means we do things like cut out all sugar from our diet. We might be reducing calories because we're in those menopause years and we feel like our metabolism is slowing down. So unconsciously we slow down what we are. We reduce what we're eating because we feel like we're, terrified of what might happen. Also, we might be stressed because perhaps we've got children and work and family and our parents and all of the things. We're trying to juggle all of those balls. They're like glass spheres in the air, thinking what is going to crash next. This has a knock-on effect to our hormonal system. So perhaps you may find, and you may learn from my experience here, I have always had slightly tricky blood sugar levels, whether it is due to the damage that was caused when they did my surgery, removing my large intestine, etc., whether it was due to all the cortisone that I took when I was very unwell with autoimmune disease, or who knows. Regardless, I was noticing that I was really feeling a lot of heart palpitations. I was very aware of my heartbeat. I was feeling anxious, which is not like me. I'm not really that kind of person. I'm usually pretty grounded and go with the flow to a certain extent, those that know me. But I was just feeling not myself, and especially the consciousness of my heartbeat. I was like, is there something wrong here? I cannot have something wrong with my heart because I am the person in my family. This can't happen. So I would notice that I would lie down in bed and I would just be feeling it. And so it wasn't that it was pounding out of my chest, but I certainly would describe it as pounding. The other thing that I would notice is that I would crash out and fall asleep, but no matter how much sleep I had, I would wake up feeling exhausted the next day. So what does this indicate? It wasn't until I started to wear my continuous glucose monitor at nighttime, well, for the 2 weeks, and I noticed that even though I wasn't cycling, and so therefore I was kind of in that hiatus, and so I'm unsure whether I'm in menopause or not, because I got to 11 months and then I got my cycle. So then I started back at the timer, right back at, day dot. But what I was having is I was having an extreme blood sugar low at that 1:32 a.m. My blood sugar was dropping right down into the red. I was dropping down to about 1 millimole. And then I would wake up with the pounding heart. So then what happens? So then your body is pumping out cortisol because it was trying to raise the blood sugar levels, and I could not get back to sleep because I had that cortisol flooding through my system. So what can you do? You definitely don't want that to be happening at that time of night. It is really rubbish, and watching the walls or whatever you do to try and get back to sleep is unpleasant and horrible for all. And by the time you get to the following afternoon, you are a wreck. We know that it's really important during that period of time, our lymphatic system is washing our brain and making sure that any of the junk or exhaust that is produced as a normal function of our metabolism is washed out of our brain, and we are clean and clear and have clarity. So try having a snack before you go to bed. Believe it or not, all these things about women not eating, we should only eat at certain times of the day, blah, blah, blah. Try it and see, because I can guarantee that it is better for you to have a snack in your belly before you go to sleep than it is to spend 6 hours a night awake staring at the wall. So please, I understand that we are giving this information of like, we must go to bed with an empty stomach. And I know that's good for us, but if you are not sleeping, that is much worse for you. The other thing you could do is really make sure that you are preloading your day with protein. So because of my particular digestive tract thing, I've got no large intestinal rectum. I do better having 2 meals a day and having a big gap without eating, because that means I don't need to go to the bathroom at nighttime. But that means I need to really have a very nutrient dense breakfast. You should see me with those 4 egg yolks in my smoothie. That's a really nice way for me to start the day in a busy household. If I have toast and things like that, I actually don't get enough of the fat and protein in because I just can't eat that much. Then in the afternoon, I make sure that I am having a snack when I pick up the children from school and I'm eating my dinner. And then if I'm going through a period where I'm not sleeping, I'll have another snack before bed. Some of the things that I found useful is having a date. So actually that carbohydrate has really helped me sleep better. The other one is, and don't forget, I'm trying to manage high blood sugar roller coaster, but I use essential oils to help me do that. I use supplements to help me do that. But the worst thing you can do for your blood sugar is have no sleep. So I've tried having a date at bedtime. Sometimes I have some cacao butter, so not actual cacao, but just the cocoa butter. I've got the little discs, organic discs. So I have date and some of that. So it's like the fat and the sugar. Or if I know I haven't got enough protein in that day, or I feel like I've weight trained and so I've really burnt more than I have provided, I might have a protein drink. So I'll have whey protein powder with all of my good nutrients in it, my colostrum, my probiotics, all that kind of stuff. And I'll put those all together and I'll have them just a small one with water, but with rather than milk or anything, and I'll throw that down before bed. So I really invite you to experiment with that. The other things we can do is have that really beautiful sleep ritual. So using your essential oils, I always diffuse essential oils at nighttime. I find it hard to get to sleep without them. It's part of my putting myself to bed ritual. Of course, my facial products have essential oils in them. So I'm also doing that. And then I really love to use some of my hormone supporting oils at bedtime as well. And so I'm hitting it from that multifaceted perspective. So all of the things, but you are the best person to experiment on you. We are all individual, but we are not mini men. So a lot of the research that's done on men, we transfer to women. It's not relevant. And certainly not if you are someone like me, who I am calm on the outside, but on the inside, I am busy as batshit. So I really, really invite you to try and tune in to what's going on the inside. I am now on my well over 200 days of meditating in a row, sometimes multiple days. And just before that, I lost my little streak. I can get a bit addictive to, it was, I don't know, many, many days before that. But that has really helped me center myself, and it is part of my bedtime routine. I really hope that helps you. Taking a few deep breaths here. If you need help connecting you with oils or how to do any of that research with the CGM or any of that stuff, I would love to share it with you. Just reach out to me in the link below. Thanks.